This is a review for Choetech Quick Charge 2.0 car charger. It came in a box like this, and it's pretty easy to open. No frustration packaging. So inside there's this charger for your car. Plugs into your cigar jack in your car, and a data cable, data/charging cable. The important thing about these Qualcomm Quick Charge technology is that the cable must be a data cable. You can't just use like one of these that I have. This is a charge only cable which has the data pins disabled. So if you use this kind of cable, it'll charge using regular 5 volt at up to 2 amp hour, so up to 2 amp current. So you're not going to get all the benefits of the Qualcomm Quick Charge. And besides that, you need your phone. Your phone needs to be Qualcomm Quick Charge enabled device. So those devices are like Samsung Galaxy S6, or there are, besides that, there are other Android devices that support Quick Charge. Let's see. So let's take a look at the device here. Maybe I'll try to zoom in a little bit. Yeah. It has this Qualcomm Quick Charge 2.0 logo on it, and on this side there's this the blue indicator. This port is the quick charge port. So there are two ports. Both of them are smart ports, and if you have an Apple device, you can use either one of them, or even both at the same time. They'll still charge at 2 amp current, but even if you use the quick charge port, it's only going to be at 5 volt. So there's no real benefits in using this quick charge port for Apple devices. But the good thing about this device is that this port is also smart port, so you can use this or this, whichever you want, for Apple devices. For the rest of the Android devices, if you have a Samsung Galaxy S6, you plug into here. This port will let you charge your device at 1.5 times faster rate than the normal, let's say, this port, or using one of your AC wall chargers at home. So looking at the back of the device here, has the model number. Input says 12 to 24 volt. Output 1 is 5 volt at 2.4 amp. I couldn't get to actually use up to 2.4 amp, but when I used the iPad Mini 2 that I have with almost no battery in it, I was able to pull 5 volt at 2 amp, and that was same for both of them. So output 1 and output 2, they both supply at least I know they supply at least 2 amp. And after 10 minutes I had about 33% charge. I'm not sure if that's normal. It looks kind of high but I didn't really calculate what the iPad Mini's battery capacity is and that. Okay, so here, yeah, output 1, output 2. In here, output 2, it says that output 2 is the quick charge port, but I think they're actually switched around. So unless this top one is output 2 and the bottom one is output 1. So if you look at the quick charge port, it has 5 volt at 2.1 amp, or it'll step up to 9 volt at 1.7 amp, or it'll even go up to 12 volt at 1.3 amp. So if your device supports this, like my Galaxy S6, this one supports quick charge, and Galaxy S6 actually comes with the Samsung fast charger, which is basically the same thing as Qualcomm's quick charge technology. I think they licensed the technology, and Qualcomm made it available for free of royalties. So when I tried the charger, included Samsung charger, that one also charges at about 15% per 10 minutes. And when I tried this one, the Choetech Quick Charge, this also gave me about 15% battery charge per 10 minutes. And that goes all the way up to about 80%, because if you go over 80%, that's when the quick charge slows down how fast it's going to charge, because over 80% the voltage is kind of at the plateau, and it's kind of settled, so you don't want your battery to be quick charging when it's over 80%. So you don't have to worry about that. It's just gonna negotiate the voltage and the current automatically. So normally when your battery is between 0 to lower than 80% and you connect your phone to this port, the quick charge port, using the data cable, the data enabled charging cable, you will get about 15% per 10 minutes. And I'm pretty sure that the voltage will be at 12 volt at 1.3 amp. And if you do the calculations, 12 volt times 1.3 amp equals 15.6 watt. So you're using about 15 watt to charge the phone when you use the quick charge port. And normally it would be, if you use this kind of port, the regular port, it would be 5 volt by 2 amp, which is about 10 watt. So you get the idea of how they compare. So when you charge an iPad, it's always going to be 5 volt at 2 amp, so it's going to be about 10 watt on those devices. Yeah, so that's about it for the device, and I can quickly show you how it looks like when it's plugged in my car. Okay, so we're in my car right now, and I'll show you how this plugs in and how it works. This is the power, and I'm gonna plug it in here, and it isn't that long compared to like other kind of charger devices, so it won't protrude that much. And here, as I plugged it in, you can see that there's a blue LED inside each of the USB ports. And again, if you want to use the quick charge feature, make sure you use a data cable which can handle at least 2 amp. Well, in this case you only need to be able to handle 1.3 amp, because once you go over to 12 volt, it's only gonna need that much amperage. So I'm gonna plug it in like that, and this is my Galaxy S6. Plug it in. Let's go. Okay. So yeah, right now I have a 68% battery, and it is gonna start charging at about 15% per 10-minute rate. So I think this is very useful when I'm commuting, as my commute distance is about 20 minutes drive. So even though I'm short on battery, I know that I'll get at least about 30% battery charge when I get to work, or I can top it off. And so it's a great way to use it for commuters. I think for driving especially, if you have those slow chargers, it's not going to be that good, because it's going to take a long time to charge your device. The quick charge is really nice because it can charge at 1.5 times faster than the normal chargers, and usually you don't drive that long, so it's a pretty nice device to have in the car. Now here I have a charger doctor device. This measures the current and the voltage, but unfortunately this device can only measure up to 7 volts and 3 amp. So it's not going to be able to pick up how much voltage it's pulling correctly, but it at least gives the idea of how much current it's pulling. So let me get the camera out here. So as you can see, as the screen turned off, the current right now, it shows 1.52 amp, 1.57 amp, yeah, 1.6 amp, 7.5 volt. That's the maximum it's gonna detect. So yeah, I'm not sure if the current is reading correctly, but 1.6 amp. Okay, so it's still gonna charge at I think it's at 12 volt right now, but yeah, let's see the label again. It says 5 volt 2.1 amp, or 9 volt 1.7 amp, or 12 volt at 1.3 amp. So it was about 1.7 amp, so maybe it was charging at 9 volt and not 12 volt.